Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Shinobi Rogue build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a mod made by Pigousaur, and it was just released on console, so I thought this would be the perfect time. I tried this class out when it first got released, whenever mods were available on PC, and it's really fun. It's a little different. You get a unique fighting style with throwing, and I'll be covering all of the gear as well as combat for this guide. So we're just going to start off with the Rogue, and for our ability scores, I think 16 dexterity and constitution works best, 14 strength, and then 10 intelligence and 10 wisdom, and then going with 8 charisma there. You can put strength elsewhere, and if you really want to go crazy with strength, you can just dump strength, use a strength potion, but we're not going to focus on that for this video. But I'll be covering all the gear options that we're going to be going with, as well as combat, so you can stay tuned for that. So I guess at level 2 we're just going to get our bonus action abilities here, so the hide, dash, and disengage, which are really nice. At level 3, this is when we get to choose our subclass, and we're going to go with the Shinobi here. So this is a shadow in the night, vanishing without a trace, unseen and unstoppable. And as I mentioned, you get a fighting style, but you also get the camouflage technique, control the reflection of light around you to become invisible if you're obscured, and the distraction technique, which is like a minor illusion. So create illusion that distracts nearby creatures. As for the fighting style, we got that unique one that I mentioned, the throwing. So when you throw something, your dexterity modifier is added to the damage and attack rolls. We also have 2 weapon fighting and dueling for choices here. I'm going to go with the throwing because it's unique to this build, and it fits thematically. There is unique weapons that also come with this that you can purchase in the early game at Daemon, and they have the thrown ability applied to them, and they return to your hand once thrown. So for our feat here that we'll choose, I think that it's good to go with an increase to our dexterity. It just makes sense. Higher dexterity just means better attack rolls, damage rolls, and all that. At level 5 here we get the uncanny dodge. Use your lightning quick reflexes to protect yourself. When an attack hits you, you only take half the usual damage, which gives the rogue some nice defensiveness. It's not going to be a very strong offensively, but we can make it work. We just use skill proficiencies. Deception and intimidation can work really well. We got the advantage technique here, so move at an unobservable speed. Afterwards, you have advantage on your next attack roll. You also get the smoke bomb. What's nice about this is you get you don't have to hold concentration on this, and it lasts for 3 turns, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, we're gonna roll with that there at level 6. I would recommend also taking, there's a mod that adds an extra attack at level 8, and that would actually work well here. At level 7 we get the evasion, so your agility lets you dodge out of the way of certain spells. When a spell or attack would deal half damage on a successful dexterity saving throw, deals no damage if you succeed and only half damage if you fail. Pretty nice. Now there's a couple feats that actually work well here. So for level 8, I think the best feat to take is actually Tavern Brawler if you want to fully maximize the damage, because this will actually give you a bunch of extra damage, and you can go with the strength potion to add 16 damage to your throws, which is crazy. You can also go with the dual wielder feat and allow us to dual wield some heavier weapons. Typically the light weapons will be the ones that can trigger sneak attacks, so there are some that you'd want to use, some that you don't really want to use. And you can also go with an ability score improvement to take up dexterity to 20. So I guess there's a few options we can go with here. I'm going to show the dual wielding one because this actually makes it pretty strong. And we get a lot of more options for our damaging, for our weapons. Now at level 9 we get the subclass feature Chasing Strikes. So you're swift enough to turn a miss into a new strike. Whenever you miss, you can make a free weapon attack. Cool. This is useful because you need to make as many hits as you can. Otherwise, you don't have an extra attack. It's a lot weaker. At level 10 we get ourselves another feat here, so this is where we can add in Tavern Brawler if you like, because this can actually make things a little bit stronger, and you'd want to go with like an odd number on your strength there to take it up a little higher, or just use strength potions for the maximum amount of damage. Level 11 you get the reliable talent. When you make an ability check with a skill you're not proficient in, you can only roll at minimum a 10. That's pretty nice. And then level 12 we get ourselves another feat with you can go with the ability score improvement to take up dexterity all the way to 20 here for better armor class and better overall damage. Now, what this ends up looking like, so we got ourselves, I'm just using the Dolar Amaris here for the weapon. These are thrown light daggers, but you got a lot of options. So I think I'll show you the best loadout. So a loadout like this with the Mask of Soul Perception for increased attack rolls. The Deathstalker Mantle, this is unfortunately exclusive to the Dark Urge. So if you're not playing the Dark Urge, then you can use the Cloak of Protection as well for increased armor class. The Ballast Armor is the best in slot. This gives vulnerability to piercing damage, which makes this really strong, as you'll see. The Heldas Gloves are another nice option, giving additional fire damage on our attacks just for further increasing our damage, but really any gloves that you got will work fine here because there's not really any specific gloves that work best. The Evasive Shoes also are nice too, and alongside this, the Killer Sweetheart, Ring of Protection, and Amulet of Greater Health, but early game, Fowler Alluve is a great weapon because it's a long sword, but it's a finesse weapon, so you can actually sneak attack with this to get some extra damage off. And then the offhand, I think Sharp Spear of the Evening actually works best. This gives us a throw-in weapon as well as a weapon that's going to do create darkness for us. So you can go with that, or you can also go with another offhand weapon. Like I personally think that going with the Crimson Mischief is probably the best in slot late game. So if you had that late on, you can actually get, whenever you do a main hand attack with this, you get additional piercing damage. So that's an extra 14 damage with the ballast armor. So that's actually the best dagger, and having this in the offhand is nice as well. You do miss out on having the darkness attack, but you can always swap it around if you want. The nice thing is with the Sharp Spear of the Evening, that darkness attack that you get, the Edge of Darkness, allows you to hide out in it, and you get the ability to see in darkness. But even in the offhand, if you were to drop your smoke bomb, you'll still be able to see. So there's actually a lot of really nice ways to make this powerful. You can swap around the weapons as you see fit. You don't even have to take the dual wielder feat, but it does give us a nice +1 armor class. So I'll show off how to use this in combat to make the most effective use of this build. So this is going to be a bit of a rough fight, just going as a solo rogue and fighting on all these guards, but I'll show you how to make the most out of this, I guess. I think the best way if you want to be defensive is the Crimson Mischief will give you more damage, but having the Shadow Soaked Blade is actually going to be best for us, because with that we're able to hide out in the darkness, and that just makes things a whole lot easier for our survivability, as people will have to get pretty close to us to be able to get some damage in. So to show off what you want to be doing, I guess we don't get the sneak attacks unfortunately whenever you have that, but we'll just go ahead here with our main attack. You can also turn off the dual wielding if you just don't want to use your offhand attack. And let's get into combat here to show off how this can roll. So there's one with a critical hit that didn't actually hit that hard, but they didn't have the vulnerability to piercing damage until now. So then we can follow that up with the Edge of Darkness, which will create darkness for us to hide out in. So that's just going to give us some nice survivability. And then we can just go out in here, and you can also go with an offhand crossbow attack. That's another really nice option if you want to use crossbows. I went with the Hellrider Longbow for the free +3 to initiative, but hand crossbows are probably the best in slot for that. So I guess I'm not sure if this is going to be the best option here, but you know what, I might just do an offhand attack on them, and then oh nice, that was perfect. And then we'll just hide out in the shadows here. So that's probably going to be the best, because that can allow us just to hide, and they're just going to dash. That's the thing with darkness, is it really messes up the enemy's AI. So this allows the Shinobi to actually be pretty stealthy and efficient in combat. We also have throwing attacks getting extra damage, but sometimes people will still attack us. So if you have the Illithid ability Charm, that's a nice little bonus, because then they're really not going to do much else. He would normally have his second attack, but now he's just going to yell at me, "Not at my watch." So yeah, people are just going to literally run around and set up for some easy knockouts. So that's, I guess, the best way to play the Shinobi. What's funny is the Fire Elemental actually destroyed my darkness, so that's a little unfortunate, but I guess a way to sneak around that is we'll just take out the person that summoned them in. So we'll just go with the Mind Blast here, and this will actually hit a lot of targets. We'll just let that person run away so that they don't trigger more guards, and boom, that took out a couple of them. We just have a small patch of darkness now to hide out in. But another nice thing is you can always drop a smoke bomb and then hide again. So that's going to be our option once that's gone. So I'll just take out this target. This will likely take them out, and that was perfect. Having the Deathstalker Mantle is also really nice. Then we can pull off a sneak attack here, and that should do it maybe for them as well. Boom, yeah, that did work. Perfect. And we'll just camp out in this darkness and then hope that they just, you know, leave us alone. So they're stunned too from the Mind Blast. It's perfect. And yeah, this actually looked, well, they just skipped their turns because they didn't know what to do with me. So that's perfect. And then we can follow up with another sneak attack from darkness. I guess we'll use it against this target here, and we'll roll the executioner. I'll take them out for sure. 57 damage. We didn't even have to get in close to be able to use our extra damage either, so that was perfect. And then from here, I think Smoke Bomb will be a not bad option to drop, so we'll go there and just hide out for the next turn because we got our invisibility. We still have a bonus action, so you could use something, but I'm just going to let them run around. Let them come to me. If I go too close, the gate doesn't like that because the Mother Brain. But see, this is actually how to make it work decently. The rogue itself isn't that strong, but if you get this spear, it can make it useful. Oh, and we were able to sneak away from them, so that was perfect. And then we'll just follow it up with another attack. Boom. And the stealth is somehow successful. Don't know how that's working, but oh, and we got back into combat. Not sure how that attack hit them, but we lost our action, so that's not good. Yeah, it was 3 left. It actually summoned in more guards, so that's not nice. But we might be able to offhand attack them, and yep, perfect. We didn't get the Deathstalker Mantle to trigger, unfortunately. That's a little odd, but that's one less target for us to deal with, so that's nice. And I guess we'll just charm them, because otherwise they would attack again, and they saved on it, unfortunately. The Tadpole Charm, bonk, and they'll just get the other attack in. That's fine. And hopefully they come towards us. I'll drop down Darkness again, because that seems to be a useful way to deal with anyone that's coming at us. So we'll throw the Darkness. They are now blinded, and then we can just go, I wouldn't use a range attack, use a melee attack on them. That should take them out. Perfect. And I guess we'll just hang out here again, let them run towards us, because they know we're in combat. Sometimes they will still attack. I'm not even going to charm them. I'll just let that happen, because we have a good armor class too, despite that. And oh, that's not ideal. I lost my turn because the haste ran out. I did apply haste to be able to show this in combat, because otherwise one action, not going to cut it with this build. But since it's just solo, and that should finish things off. So yeah, that's the Shinobi Rogue in Baldur's Gate 3. Made by Pigousaur. It's a pretty cool mod. Not very strong, but you can see how to make it work here. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.